Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode with Don and Lance. What's up, Lance? How are you?
Double dosed, second episode. What's going on? How
I,
are you?
I'm great. Never had a bad day in my life. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, man. It's good, man. I enjoy Thanksgiving. I really do, but I got to be honest with you, as far as food wise goes, I'm much more of a fan of Christmas dinners.
Because I think I'm not really a huge fan of turkey. I like ham, which is more for Christmas.
Right, and people have baked macaroni on Thanksgiving, but with generally in my family we have the ham, and then we have baked macaroni for Christmas. And dude, I'm just like
Oh,
I love baked macaroni, man. I don't know what it is. It might be
mm-hmm.
like my Italian genetics in me, man, but I just love pasta.
Yeah.
It's like comfort food.
My sister made some homemade mac and cheese, and when I saw
Oh,
her
bomb.
pouring the cheese on it, it was unreal. And then when I actually got to eat it mac and cheese is easily the best thing at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, it's just my favorite too. I gotta agree. Best
So,
fucking food.
do you have any family over or anything?
Nah, I mean, well, where we're at, we're kind of away from the family. We're in a different state than they are. But
Right.
for Christmas holiday, we're gonna go up and see them. It'll be by you. Come up and
Yeah.
see you. Get to go back to
Real,
the.
real excited for that. Real excited.
Should be fun, man. Where I'm at, you don't get really snow down here.
Mm-hmm. We don't either recently. I think the past in PA, the past 2 years, I don't think we've had too much snow
Nah, you
over
had
five
snow last
inches.
year.
Yeah, but it
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
like I mean I'm 23, but like when schools would close down, like status. It wasn't like that's how you know it's like all right, it's a little bad. Like schools are closed.
Oh man, dude, when you were a kid, that was the most satisfying thing. You wake up, you look out your window, you see a bunch of snow on the ground,
Oh,
and then your parents come and are like, "Hey, school's closed." And you're like, "Yes!" And you're just like, "Fuck yeah!" And just immediately just like get the moves going. Depending on what your age is, if you're like 12, 14, you're hopping on the internet, the computer. You're older than that, 16, 17, you're going out smoking weed and getting drunk,
yeah, hitting the boys up.
hitting the boys up. Yo,
Um,
man, we're gonna go in the fucking woods and have a snow banger. Get fucked up.
um, I remember as a kid, I would just sit there, and on the news at the bottom, that little like
A little
banner
ticker,
thing that would
the
roll.
little ticker
Yeah,
tape. Yeah,
yeah. I would just sit there and be
I
like, it
know.
would go, it would go Delaware County, and I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then sometimes sometimes yours wouldn't be on there, and you're like, what the fuck? Why is freaking media off, but I'm not? You
Yeah,
know
what
what
the
I
fuck?
mean?
Why are
It's
Ridley closed? Hey, fucking, we're over here. Got to go to school. Yeah, that's.
right, right.
Oh man, I forgot about that. The little ticker tape on the bottom, waiting for your school.
Uh
You know
huh.
that now you don't got. You just go on the fucking internet and look that shit up. But
You get like a notification now. The school's like, sign up with our email, and it just emails you.
do they? What
Fucking
do school? I guess schools have like an email directory now. They give the.
yeah. Well, yeah, they have a thing where they can all like kind of like stay in touch. I don't know if all schools use it, but I know I'm pretty sure the school in my town uses it.
Imagine if they like fucking spied on you with your like little laptops, because I know they give laptops to school. You're like using your school laptop
Uh
to
huh.
watch like porn or something. And they just know.
Oh, people got in trouble for that. I'm pretty sure people got in trouble for that.
For what,
Like,
watching porn in
cause
their own house?
well, first off, a lot of things are blocked, but
In
you
your own
could
house
use.
though. Like if you're on your network.
I don't know. When I used to bring my laptop home, it would block sites for like my computer just wouldn't let me go on certain sites. I don't know what it was. I guess they had some sort of thing where I couldn't use certain software.
So
I don't know.
boy, so like a website block up happened at your own house on your own Wi-Fi?
Yeah, yeah. Like the laptop was specifically for school. Like you couldn't go on YouTube or none of that. Like it didn't allow that to happen.
I just don't understand the networking behind it, how they can block it when you're at your house on your own Wi-Fi. I don't
Hey,
understand how
to
that
be
works.
to be fair, I only had the laptop for 6 months. You're supposed to have it for 4 years, all through high school. Obviously, I only
Yeah.
had it for 6 months, and some kid decided to shove a paper clip through the screen and rip the keyboard off. So, and then I wasn't gonna snitch on him and say, "Yo, this fucking fat loser just shoved a paper clip through my screen." So when they said what happened, I was like, I don't know, I did it, and so I had to pay for it, and they didn't let me get a laptop the rest of the high school. I had to go to the LMC to do my reports while everyone else is just doing it in the classroom,
Damn, that's
which is
fun.
kind of cool though.
That's funny because like literally like the same thing happened to me, but a little different. I was in town over from where you're at, and I was getting drunk with someone you used to know. Uh, used to go in his basement a lot and smoke weed. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about. And we were in whatever
Great
town.
guy.
Yeah, real great guy. And we were, I was just so, I don't know what we were doing. We were in the woods smoking and drinking. I left my backpack by the train tracks. I couldn't find it. I had everything in there. I had my laptop. I had my binders like with work in there. I had
Oh,
notebooks. Yeah, everything. And my parents were fucking furious. The school was pissed. I had to pay like, oh, I didn't pay obviously, but it's like $1,000
yeah,
for
yeah.
like the laptop. And I didn't get the laptop
Jesus.
either. I don't remember. It was probably less
For a
than that.
shitty Chromebook.
It was probably less than that, but whatever they were saying was absolutely ridiculous because yeah, it was a shitty fucking Chromebook. I don't know how much Chromebooks are.
$200.
Is that how much they
Like,
were back then
yeah,
too?
yeah, dude, they're fucking dirt because you can't, like, you used mine. You can't download anything on them. It's literally just a school
No,
laptop. They're
Chromebooks are
terrible.
absolute garbage.
You know how bad they are? They're so bad that when my sister graduated, they said keep it.
Yeah, like we don't even want that shit in our building anymore. That's how
Yeah, they
bad it
said
is.
don't bring that back here. Keep it. It's trash now. Because I mean, it is crazy though. Because a lot of like my stepdad just bought a laptop 4 years ago, and he already has to upgrade to a new one. You know what I mean? It's crazy how like even iPhones, like I was saying earlier, how I need a new phone because of the battery or whatever.
Well, you know what Apple
Like,
got caught doing, right?
yeah, they were putting out the software for that fucked up your battery,
Yeah,
right?
it's called planned obsolescence. So what they do is they literally just like make sure that your technology will shit the bed in a couple years and it's unfixable, so you have to buy new Apple products. And I think they
Right,
had to
which
pay a
is
huge fine for that. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that.
no,
We'll look it up.
I've heard that story, but if I could fact check it, I
Yeah,
would.
we don't have a Jamie here to pull it up for us, so we're just I mean I can pull it up, but I'm charging my controller, so
Right.
like
I mean, I could pull it up. I got the thing right in front of me,
yeah,
but
planned obsolescence. And that's the thing, like it's not even Apple doing it too. It's like so many like it's just how it is with a lot of pieces of technology now. They're not built to last. They're built to fail so you can continually buying their new shit,
right.
which I think is a disgrace. I think that's,
It's like you already got enough money. Why are you trying to make people spend more money? Like they already bought the one phone, but now you're forcing them to keep buying new phones. And then,
yeah.
like even with TVs, it pisses me off. Like
TVs are
there's
fucking
already,
dirt cheap now too.
dude, yeah, a 4K. I'm looking
Dirt
at a
cheap, bro.
4K Samsung, right,
Yeah.
42-inch for my desk, and they're like $230 for like a Vizio, but like a Samsung's like 330, but still cheap for a
Oh
TV.
my
I
God. Do you
looked
remember when
up
TVs were like thousands of dollars?
thousands, yes, but so I looked
Expensive,
up
bro.
the most expensive TV
Yeah.
that like a normal average Joe could buy without it being a custom like made like kind of thing. Um, It was a Samsung 90-inch TV, 8K, and it was $50,000.
What? No
$50,000
fucking
right
way,
now.
bro. Are you saying right now?
I right now. I looked this up
For
yesterday when I
what?
was
Where?
looking
Who's
for
selling it for 50K? 50K?
when I was looking for my new TV. I was just like 8K, like whatever, and this shit was literally $50,000.
That
I might be stupid, but I let's see. Hold on.
dude, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. There's no way a TV's 50 fucking thousand. I mean,
Sorry. I'm so stupid. I missed a zero. Fucking $5,000. Still a lot of
okay.
money
That's
for a
that's
fucking TV.
that's more reasonable, but that's
But this is
absolutely
a
ridiculous still. That's a lot of money.
this one says 85-inch 8K for 6,500.
Dude, you know what I miss, honestly? I miss the old CRT TVs. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm right. No. I found it. This is the TV. It's right here on this fucking
What website is
website.
this?
Let me pull it up right now.
Pull
It's
it
on
up. Oh,
Samsung.com.
it's
It's on their
officially Samsung
website.
then. Okay.
It's a Samsung 98-inch class Q900 QLED Smart 8K UHD TV
All
2019,
those buzzwords.
$50,000. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
and then that's a fact.
Yeah, if you're buying a TV for $50,000, you should probably get your priorities in check. Honestly,
Right. I
that's
mean, if you
embarrassing.
got the money,
Remember when 3D TVs were like the next big thing?
that was
They fizzled
corny. That
out.
was so corny.
No,
It just didn't
the
work.
next big thing is VR and connecting that
Yeah,
to the
just
TVs. I don't know if you can do that
uh-huh.
yet, but yeah, I'm sure you can. Essentially, you
So
kind of
listen,
can if you have a PlayStation. It's kind of to the TV, but
right.
oh yeah, technically you
Uh,
can.
I wanted to say something about the that TV, the $50,000 one.
Yeah.
It says here, you can like finance it for 48 months with 0% APR. You'd be paying $1,000 and 41 a month just to have this TV for 48 months. Like that's crazy,
Some
bro.
people I really just have no respect for. People that are all about like status symbols and shit. People that buy that, if you finance it, you're a fucking moron.
Right.
Honestly. Like, what do you
Like
need a
it's
90-inch
kind of
fucking
like the
TV for with a fucking
yeah,
3000K or whatever?
yeah, first off, my wall is only so big. Like before you hit a window, I'm not gonna have the TV just like covering. Like, oh, that whole side of the room is just for the TV. Like, no, like it's just so like I
People
don't
make
know.
me
It's
laugh, man.
over. It's overkill.
Have you
You
ever seen
know.
day traders, like people who yeah, they fuck with the markets. They have like fucking 8 computer monitors. It's
God,
it's
yeah, yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
And
I
I
know
watch
what you're
like
talking
actual
about.
day traders talk about like, yeah, dude, like you if you don't need 8 fucking monitors, you probably need
No, you
like two
don't.
max and you're good.
If that, if that, you can get the job done using just your. Yeah, I mean, I don't really specifically know how that job goes, but I have one thing, and it gets the job done. Having more monitors, or it's especially 8, that's overkill.
Well, it's like
But
some
like,
Batman shit, dude. You have like
right, it's
3,000
like
monitors. It's like, what are you doing?
the fucking monkey in Toy Story looking at the security cams.
It's like, like what are you doing? Bro, remember
Yeah,
the old
come on.
CRT TVs?
I don't even know what that
They're
is, so
they're the
probably
they're the
not.
boxy, heavy TVs,
Oh, the wait, the projector TVs.
projector TVs.
Are you talking about the ones that like literally project it onto a screen? Like not a
What with like
projector,
the
like the
tubes or
TV.
whatever? Yeah, I mean,
No, like say I was to punch this box TV. You could take the thing out, like your hand would go through it, and there's lights that project the
oh yeah, it's the
screen.
old TVs, the old heavy box TVs that everyone used to have.
I'm not talking about the super heavy box ones though, like the real old ones.
No, no, no. That's like 19 fucking 50s where it's like a whole table almost. You ever see those
Yeah.
ones? I
Oh,
always wanted one of those. They're
they're
sick looking though. The
uh huh.
knobs and everything.
I think I would get one of those, right?
Yeah.
But I would put like my new style TV on top of it. Like, just use it as an entertainment center to keep it like old fashioned.
What?
It'd be like,
I
yeah,
would hook that
look at
shit
look,
up
yeah,
and
like
make that TV
why would they?
modernized.
But the
Well, yeah,
quality,
so I'm saying you
like,
modernize it. You make that shit a modern TV and have it like, oh man, that's such a talking point. If you
but
walk into
you
somebody's
got to
house, like they're
realize
gonna
though,
zone in on that immediately. They'll walk in and see that TV, and be like, whoa, what the fuck?
they were
That's
only
cool as
20
shit.
inches. Those.
That don't matter.
If you want to modernize a 20-inch TV, like, oh, I have a 4K 20-inch TV, but it's like the old school, like you modified it or
Yeah,
whatever. That would just look silly. Like most people are like,
I
you can't be
disagree.
at 20
I think
yet.
that would look cool as
Like 20
shit.
is the size of my laptop. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I no,
that's a
no,
lie. My laptop's like
yeah. I
fucking
mean, you can get
13.
some bigger ones that are in the table like thing. I think that'd be cool. I don't think
Right,
that would be.
right.
I think it'd be awesome to modernize it and just have it there. There's this lady I
I
seen on
think.
YouTube. She lives her whole life like she's in the
Mm-hmm.
1950s. It's absolutely
Oh,
hilarious.
that's
She
great.
drives like a 50s car. She looks like one of those like 50s poster women.
The hair.
Yeah, everything. Like the make everything she does looks like
Oh,
her whole
that's
house is
great.
like 50s styled. That's how I'm getting to, bro. I'm getting so sick of like oh it's like I'd rather just
Dude,
regress. Go back to playing like PS2 on
uh-huh.
like a shitty box TV and yeah.
So I'm loving the technology. I love technology. It's cool. One thing I dislike is social media. I don't like social media. I think it's like kind of ruining, like the social interactions with people in real life. Like it just completely. Like, I don't know. Everything's just kind of like fucked up about it. But I love '80s culture and like music back then was so much better. And it's like I've been doing the same thing of just slowly going further and further back in time. Like it started where I was like, all right, I want some '90s dance music,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm listening to '90s dance music. I'm loving it, fucking, because like XC's out there just fucking partying. And then '80s, you're like, dude, this is some. But then even if you go farther back, where you get to like big band like Frank Sinatra, and it's just amazing. And the culture. I mean, I watch a lot of mob movies and like shows. So that's kind of what I think of it as. It probably wasn't all like that, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of social media. The problem with social media is it gives like a very small minority of people vocal opinions, and they think that their thought matters. If you ever see like news articles where like, oh my God, like this county commissioner, everyone is like upset and like slamming him on Twitter, and then they'll post pictures of the people slamming him on Twitter, and it's like a literal nobody. You know what I mean? Like, who are these people, and why are they getting a voice like that?
Right, and everything's like censored. So, like someone would get a voice that another like say someone else made a really good point, and like they don't get anything, you know.
No, you get
But
censored, and you think your opinion matters. Like these people, your opinion doesn't matter, and I like it's very annoying that these people think that like we're taking a stand against whatever their political beliefs are. You know, I don't care, and they're on
right,
Twitter, and it's just like shut
right.
the fuck up.
And the problem is it boosts their ego.
It's all ego
So then,
signaling. It's
like
all ego signaling.
one blows up. So the first one blows up. They're like, wow, that tweet blew up, got like fucking 300 retweets, whatever. They're like, they care what I have to
Yeah.
say. So then they think, oh, whenever I have an intelligent thing to say, like I'm gonna say it. Like no one actually cares
No.
that much. Like you know what I mean? You're going way too far into it. It's not that.
And then they get.
Deal. It's supposed to.
I'm sorry. No.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say like they have the blue check marks. Like they're like I'm official. I'm verified.
Yeah.
Like
That makes sense though. I mean, with like celebrities, it would make sense because you wouldn't want like say
yeah,
for instance,
celebrities,
Tom
yeah, but
Hanks.
like these random
Yeah,
nobodies
like
that have blue checks and they think it's like a symbol
yeah,
of authority. It's like, dude, you're on Twitter. No one cares about you.
like models and stuff. Like I don't think you should have a blue check. But if you're like the president or like a big movie star or some shit, you should have a blue check. So if you put a picture out, you know that's them putting it out, or maybe whoever
Oh
works
yeah,
for them
no, they
putting it
serve a purpose
on
for
their,
sure.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
they serve a purpose if you're a celebrity or like you said, someone official. But like like
Right.
a
So
random
because you
nobody,
can verify,
like you know, yeah,
bend
like Bend
over.
Over on Twitter says, "Oh my God, I fucking hate all of you guys. Fuck all you. Yeah, I mean, America sucks." He's got like a blue check mark. It's like, dude, you're a nobody.
Yeah, like you're bend
Yeah, like
over.
bend over and get fucked.
Yeah. You haven't met his sister who had a lot to say. Her name was Eileen Dover.
Yeah, you got. There's this really funny shit. You watch The Simpsons, right?
I've seen The Simpsons. I watched a lot of the earlier, not too much recently.
Well, in The Simpsons, they Bart used to call like Moe's Tavern and fuck with him and say like, "Yeah, is Bend over there?" Something like that.
Oh,
They got
a leaky. What was it? A leaky bum. He's like, is there? I think it was the Simpsons movie. He's like, hey, do I got a leaky bum here? Or he's like, I got a leaky bum. Do I got a leaky bum? And I don't know, something like that.
They got that from an actual person doing that, and it's on YouTube. It's called like Bar Two Bastards or something. It's the funniest shit. This guy was recording it like I think it was like the 70s. And he kept calling this bar, fucking with the guy. And the guy answers like, yeah, is John Dildo there? And this guy was like, huh? And he literally screamed, but like, John Dildo, he's not here. And
oh yeah, no,
oh my God, it's so fucking funny. The guy's like, I can't even do his voice. He's like, come down to the bar, I'll cut you up, I'll put 2 Z's on your butt cheeks or something, saying wild shit. Oh, it's great. Everyone, if you're interested in funny prank calls, definitely anyone look that up. It is fucking hysterical.
Yeah, my favorite's the soundboards though, hands down.
Soundboard pranks are genius, dude. I love doing them. We actually, me and Don have done a couple. I have a couple recorded. Maybe I'll post some of them on Twitter. Thing, you know what I mean? Like, hey, these are like the.
Yeah, I actually still have the file of the one I did with that lady, and where was it? What was I calling? Detroit, Michigan? I think I was calling No. What was the number that was? I was calling the place with the same area code as mine.
I forget.
My fake number. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was like Michigan or Ohio.
Well,
it was Ohio because officer thing from
No,
Ohio, right?
Officer Pal, who's one of the soundboards. They
But where's he from?
he is from
Cleveland,
Cleveland. Yeah,
Ohio. That's what I'm saying. So I was
yeah.
calling other restaurants from Ohio using his voice because he said, "Oh, well, this is the Cleveland Police Department." You know what I mean? So it seemed real.
Is it Cleveland now? I'm fucking up.
I'm pretty. No, it is Cleveland. Like I mean, I could pull it up on. I have it on Reddit. I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
I
But
remember one of the prank calls
yeah.
I did. This wasn't a soundboard prank. It was just me pranking. I don't know if you were there for this, but yeah, I was calling like funeral homes around Pennsylvania
Oh
and
God.
or morgues and other states too. And I was like, "Hey, yeah, what's going on here? We got a shipment of 20 bodies coming up to you from the coronavirus." And they
Oh
start.
my God.
This was
When
like
was
2 months
this?
ago, and they started flipping out. And they they said they were calling the cops. So the cops launched an investigation. I guess I'm like me saying that there's 20,000 bodies coming to your morgue from the COVID.
That's great. Did you end up recording
No,
that?
and I wish I did. I'm sad I didn't, but at least it's in the memory
Uh,
bank. But I do have at like 4 soundboard pranks. And Don's actually in one of them because it was at place he worked at,
oh, that was great. Yeah, I remember.
fucking with
That's
the
actually
boss.
a funny ass story. Me and my buddy, we both hang out with Lance here, and we're working at the same time. And all of a sudden, we hear someone in the front go, because I worked at a restaurant. They go, they keep calling saying they're the Cleveland Police Department or something, and then they come up to me and my buddy, of course, because we're like the fucking jokesters. They're like the assholes. So they're like, you guys got something to do with this? And we're like, no, who's calling? Like, let me hear this. So I walk up and I get on the phone with
Yeah, it's me on the phone
you.
with the soundboard.
And yeah, you're hearing me. It was just so funny. And then uh, the boss got on and he was like, I never did nothing like it. And
He's like,
it was
I've
just,
been
it
here
was kind of more
36
like,
years. I ain't never seen nothing like this.
yeah. Yeah, that was really funny. It was very
Oh,
awkward
it's
for
so
me
funny when
though,
you picked up
standing
and
there.
dude, you did like such an awkward laugh on there because you know it was me. You're like, it just like walked away.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like,
Oh, that shit was
yeah,
fucking great.
hey. I was like, yeah, I was like, who? I was like, who is this? As I know who the
Yeah, of
fuck it
course.
is,
You're hearing like on the
obviously.
soundboard.
Later in the day, I told my coworker, I was like, because we're close, and he wouldn't snitch on me or not. And I go, that was us. He was like, I fucking knew
For anyone that
it.
doesn't know, it's like what a
Yeah.
soundboard prank is. So you call somebody with somebody else you called, and you record what they're saying, and you put it into a little soundboard. So you recorded somebody that you prank called, and then you get to use their voice and what they say on other people in the soundboard you made. It's so fucking genius and hysterical, and you get so many funny reactions doing it. When we get the technology all set up for this shit, when we're in the same area, we'll do like a soundboard prank live on the podcast.
Oh,
Add some
great.
spice and
Yeah.
entertainment for
I mean,
you.
we don't even have to do it live. We could just have some videos and then put it on our Twitter for whoever wants to see
Yeah,
them.
we should.
Because
This podcast should be interactive. Obviously, we got millions and millions of fans right now, so you guys dictate what you want us to do. Do some soundboard pranks, do some live streaming. You know what I'm saying? Live stream podcast.
I mean, for the goal for us, I mean, right now we're working on very minimum technology, and but once we do get the equipment we need, we're gonna have like call-ins and like we're gonna bring in maybe like someone who listens who has something to say about something we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about, and yeah.
I actually, speaking of technology, I'm speaking on my fucking broken phone with a headset for gaming plugged into my phone. So I apologize for the sound quality. I actually have a good microphone that I cannot use because my MacBook is broke. So
We're
it's a work in
working on it.
progress. Just like life. Life's a work in
Right.
progress. You know what I'm saying? You keep living life.
Yeah, I mean, I got a piece of shit Chromebook that doesn't even allow me to like. It lets me record
Yeah.
myself talking, but it doesn't let me bring in
Chromebooks
Lance since we're not together. So
Chromebooks should just be thrown out of the window and into the dumpster. They're just garbage. I'm sorry, they're so bad.
They might as well just give them to the homeless people at this point. Like they're terrible.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, I
have
don't
them.
know. Like, I see poor people with phones and all the time. You ever see like the videos in like Africa or something, like a very poor like African place, and they all got like iPhones and
Mm-hmm.
shit. It's weird how technology is just like front and center.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how their like things are, but I know here if you're like you don't make as much money, they'll give
Yeah,
out
isn't that the
phones
Obama phone
for
thing? Is
like a
that
welfare
what it
kind of
was?
thing.
Was
Yeah,
it iPhones that he
something
gave
like that. I
out,
mean, I
or
think
was it
they've
just
been
like
doing
flip
it.
phones?
No, it was like your average
That's
LG
what I
like
got right now.
touchscreen.
Yeah,
It wasn't
it's like
anything
fifty
great. Yeah,
dollars. I
it
mean,
was
it's
pretty
very
much
cheap,
that.
man.
Yeah, it was.
Very cheap phone.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty much what it was.
I'm just,
Fuck.
yeah. I mean, technology is just really starting to piss me off. I mean, I'm starting to feel like a boomer, and I'm not even close to that age yet. I just get so fed up with shit. I think the worst is like when your technology is
I
broken and you can't do anything about it, and you're trying to like finagle it to fix it, and it's just not working. You're like, dude, I'm about to snap.
It's funny. It's funny when you're like sitting there and you're like, it's broken. You're like, it hasn't been working. Like, for instance, like a
Hmm.
PlayStation controller. Like the fucking thing, I've had it for 4 years. It's broke. Like, let it go. But you're like, nah, I'm gonna like unscrew this and like try to do this just to
Yeah,
save a couple bucks. And then it turns out you did more damage than good because you have no
I
idea
the
what
thing
you're
is, I'm
doing.
surprised I actually did it. Um, and it did not. I mean, I'm one controller less now because I had to use parts from that controller for this controller, but it still works. The only
Right?
problem
Oh,
with this
really?
controller is with the way I charge it. I'm sure anybody who has a PlayStation controller for a long time starts to realize this. The charging port starts to fuck up, so you have to put it in such a specific angle to get a charge on it. So you might be sitting there like 5 minutes trying
Mm-hmm.
to get it right. Till you get it right, and you see that orange light pop over. You're like, finally I got this shit charging. Pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah, mine's doing that right now. I have mine sitting, but my cord is bent, like it's pushing upward on the
That's
controller,
what you
so it
gotta
hits
do.
the thing on the inside. It's so annoying. Like when I play, the cord has to have a weight on the bottom of it, so it can. Is that making sense? Like it needs to be pulling down while I'm playing for it to charge, or else
The thing is,
it's
like,
just a
it
piece of
doesn't make
shit.
sense, but it does because I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I have to do the same thing. You, have to,
If you're a PlayStation player, we
you
all
got
went
that
through
with the
this.
controllers, and then with the other thing you got with the PlayStations is I'm sure you can fucking hear. I don't know if you can hear mine in the background right now, but it just sounds like anything you do. You load an application up, a game, sounds like a jet engine going off. It's awful. And you can fix
Oh
that. I'm
yeah,
pretty
it's the
sure you can take it
worst. It's the
apart,
worst.
get like some compressed air, blow it in there. But
Well, yeah, because we were talking about
yeah,
that I think the other day, and like when we first got like my buddy just bought a PS4, I think a year and a half ago, and he unboxed it brand new and plugged it in, and it was quiet. It was like great, and now it sounds like a
oh,
fucking
now it
jet. Like
does.
seriously, like
I thought
sometimes,
you were about to say like
yeah, now it
it
does.
still
Yeah.
sounded fine.
Well, no, well you know how he lived. He smoked cigs in his
It damages your
house, and
PlayStation, man. You're
it's
smoking right next
like
to it. Smoke gets in there
yeah,
and
it
shit.
does. It does.
Cat hair,
Cat
yeah.
hair. My cat, dude. My cat loves laying by the fan
Aren't
because
you
it's so
allergic to
hot.
cats? Or
So I
that
am allergic
sucks.
to cats, but I love Harley and Maddie way too much to you can't look at a cat because I'm a cat
Yeah,
person, but I'm allergic to cats. You can't look at this motherfucker laying on the goddamn couch and he's looking at me big ass eyes. You
I
can't just
know.
not
I
pet
know.
him, Like I'm like, come here, you little fuck. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm fucking holding him like up in my face. Next thing I know, I'm sneezing. My fucking nose is all clogged up. My eyes are getting all like watery and itchy and yeah, and then I go through that and that lasts about like 2 days. Like when it goes up my nose, like the hair or whatever,
It's
it
probably
gets
worth it
really
though for the
bad.
cat hugs. How could you deny a cat hug, dude?
Oh, dude, how can you be depressed when you have cats? Like there's times I'm walking around my house, no one's home, and I'm like, I'm feeling a little mellow, just chilling. I just look down and I see him. I'm just like,
I know.
dude, what's good, buddy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be in a bad mood unless you got an
Yeah.
asshole cat. Because I think your cat represents who your family is.
My
Like,
cat's
for
dead,
instance, like
so
my well, I'm not saying your cat, but my cat, like, we've always treated him like the king, and he
yeah.
knows he's the king, right? But and he comes up to you, he'll let you, like, if you pick him up, he'll lay any which way you put him. Like, he just loves to be held and pet, and like he's just so lovey. But then you go into other people's houses, like our uh, I feel like it kind of goes for dogs too. But you go into like someone else's house and they got like a pissy cat, and it's like I know why that cat's pissy because you guys suck and don't know how to give it affection and feed it and make them
It
happy.
could be. Some cats are
So he's all
territorial. Like my
pissy.
cat was very loving to the family, but really for outsiders, she really didn't. You
Your
always
cat
say that,
loved
but
me.
like, dude,
I say it as like a joke because your cat fucking hated me. He like every time I go up to him, I'd be like, no, no, no,
yeah.
Lance, he likes me. And then he freaking like try to swat at me or like kind of like growl or something, and I'm like, don't worry, he'll grow into me, and
Well, see,
it
that's
never
why, because
happened.
you mistook her for a
So,
he. She didn't like getting misgendered.
oh, I always did
My
that
cat didn't
too.
like
I
getting
always
misgendered,
did
bro.
that. I
That's what it
go,
was.
what's? I go, what's his name? And you're like,
I
her
know you
name?
can't disrespect the queen, dude.
Yeah, as she's listening,
Oh
yeah,
man, she was
you should have had
she
me
was like you know what the
executed.
reason too? Like my brother found her like meowing at his apartment, and we never because she had like a chip in her, but we couldn't it didn't have like a name or anything, so we never could find the owner. So she was like pretty much a stray. And we got her. Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh, okay. How old was she when you got her? Probably like
I
one.
don't know. Shit, probably like two or three, maybe. Well, what's cat years? She was young. She wasn't like a
Oh,
kid,
that's
but she was
great.
pretty young.
That's great. Oh, so she was like one or two, because that's when they're looking like like because Harley right now he still looks good, but you could tell his belly's sagging a little bit. Like, all right, you're getting a little old
Yeah,
because he's 7.
it's sad to see him get old and die,
Um,
man.
no, no, not even that. I just love him. Like everything about it. I know that everything comes
Yeah,
to
it
an
has
end
to happen.
eventually, and but just enjoy the time you have. I mean, fucking Thanksgiving was yesterday. I'm fucking so thankful
Dude,
for
you know what
that
I want
fat
really
fuck.
bad? I want like a fucking puppy. I've been saying that like every day. I just want a puppy,
Oh
dude.
man,
I need like because dogs are like man's best friend, man. I love dogs.
right? They're very
I just
loyal
want like a
too. If you don't mind me telling a
no.
story.
All right.
So yesterday, Thanksgiving, I went over to my sister's dad's house where I used to live for 3 years. We had that golden, or sorry,
Mhm.
yellow lab, right? Purebred, beautiful fucking dog. And when I first moved in, they bought that dog, and he was always working, and my sister was always at school, and that dog was with me all the time. And I would take him out and this and that, and he was like such a little guy. Now he's a big fuck, and I haven't been there in like probably a year, right? And I go back yesterday, and this dude just remembers me. He's
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 now, and he remembers me. He's huge, runs up, and he's like crying. He's like yelping because he's so excited, and like because like I was pretty much his, like I feel like I abandoned him almost because the way he acts when he sees me, he's like, "Where the fuck have you been?" He's like, "I
Yeah.
miss you so much,"
Where
as
the
he's
fuck
crying,
are
but
you? I
he's
miss you
angry. You
so
know what I
much.
mean? Yeah, it makes me feel so bad, but he does have a very loving home, and he has the freedoms, and it's only up the street. I'm just a lazy
Yeah.
asshole.
I mean, how could you not give an animal a loving home, man? They're like part of your family. I hate to
Right?
sound like that corny shit, but yeah, they do
They
get to
are.
that point. They're so what's
Mm-hmm.
nice too. I always thought about animals is they can't
It,
fucking talk to you. I like that, man. You just have like an unspoken
yeah.
connection. You don't need to communicate with words, and that's what makes it better.
Right.
Because like
Right.
humans, that's what ruins humans is that we can talk to each other, say what's on our stupid minds, our stupid words,
Right.
we fight all the time.
It's you want to hear something funny? So I think you when you
Yeah.
said like they don't talk, like it just made me think of like tripping around
Oh,
in
dude,
cats,
animals.
right?
When you're ghost,
And like,
man, when you're
dude,
on psych,
there is something weird
when you're
going on
when
there.
you're on
They
psychedelics,
know.
they know, man. I swear, like they sense your heightened awareness. Animals definitely do act differently
Uh
to you
huh.
when you're in that
Like
state of mind. Very interesting.
I ate some. I ate some probably mushrooms
Yeah.
couple months ago, and my cat is like pushing on my locked door because I got double doors,
My
right?
man's
That
unlocked,
slide
man.
open, and I hear someone pushing on the fucking door of my room. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, what the like? No one ever tries to get in my cat stays
Yeah.
downstairs. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't come up because
It's
we have
not
a
normal
door
for the
that
cat to
comes
do
to our
that.
upstairs, and yeah, so all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I'm tripping too. So I'm like, what the
Yeah.
seriously like. who should like. So I go to the door because I'm like, who is it? And it's just my cat chilling there. Comes in all lovey-dovey, and then he starts acting all weird. Like you could,
I know
there's just
exactly what
something
you
off.
mean.
You know what I mean? Like I think they sense that like you're tripping or something. I've seen a lot of like trippy pictures that people made, and it always involves like cats or something. Like Alice in Wonderland, for instance. Like it's like kind of trippy
Yeah, I
cat.
forget what the
You
China
know.
cat. I don't know. I forget that. That's not. I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot on the podcast, so I'm not gonna say what that's from because I honestly don't know. I forget. I know like the Bears are like Grateful Dead. You know,
Right.
imagine that. Imagine being like a deadhead back when it was like in the heyday, and you're just touring with the Grateful Dead everywhere they go, taking acid all the time. They probably had some fire acid rolling
I
around
mean,
there
there's
too.
people. Oh yeah, that was. I mean, I feel like it's still kind of all right. I mean, it's only like 70 UG probably on the streets.
If
Probably not as good as what
if
it
you're
was
getting
back
on the
then when it was
streets, yeah,
first like
they average
around.
like you're right, like 70 micrograms. I say would be like the average street dose if you're actually getting LSD. If you're internet savvy, you
Right.
can get it.
Actually getting
I
LSD.
mean, I'm
Yeah.
not going to go into details here, but you can go on. There's certain
Everybody
markets you
knows
can
how you can get
access
it.
on the internet that you can get it from, and also you can get it from Canada legally from a legal loophole, and it just metabolizes when you eat into LSD. So there's ways to get it now. It's quite simple. It's called
What is
1P
that?
LSD. So it's in like that legal gray area where it's not
Oh.
illegal, but it's like it's iffy, but you can get it like
Mm-hmm.
shipped you.
But how does that come? Is it like a pill or
When
is
I
it
got
still a
it,
tab?
it was actually in like a pill. I got it in a bag. No, it was
Like a
literally just like a
gel, like a
pill.
gel
But
cap,
I
or
was yeah, you can get it. You can get
oh, that's something.
pills. They have like micro doses there. They have normal tabs. Um, yeah, I'll tell you the
Huh.
website if you're ever interested in that. But yeah, you get it. It's from Canada.
Oh, I didn't even know it was legal. I thought it was legal here, to be honest
What
with you. Last
1P?
time
No, it
I was
is. That's
looking
what I'm
at the
saying. That's why you can get
RC,
it shipped to your house.
is that? Oh, yeah, but why would you have to get it from? There's no domestic vendors, I'm
Um,
assuming.
maybe there is now, but when I did it, they were really reliable. They were like vouched for, and I was like, what, I'm not gonna take my
Oh,
chances with some
okay,
like no
yeah,
name.
yeah.
I already did that before, and that fucked me. So
I've
yeah,
done that a
I
lot.
remember
I
when I was
mean,
trying to get
I've done
shipped
that a lot.
actual acid, and I got 25I N-bone, which is a research chemical. The tabs look
The
cool.
tabs
Tabs
looked
did look
cool.
cool. They
They were
were.
Beatles tabs,
The
right?
problem was it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel right when you do N-bone. It doesn't. Acid feels very natural and electric.
It made me feel
Like at 20,
skitsy. I felt like I was like
25i
turning into like a
N-bone was deranged.
schizophrenic. Like it was like
Yeah, it
it
was
was
not
just
fun.
really intense, like very. But
It
it
felt
wasn't
very
like
synthetic.
natural feeling, like kind of like with acid, you feel a little. Yeah, yes, exactly. Like
It felt like
it
fake
just felt like
acid.
fake
That's what it felt
shit.
like,
Like
and
it
it did
just
not feel
wasn't.
good.
Yeah,
And that shit.
literally fake acid. Like, and it's not because like I know what acid feels like. It just even if I felt like anybody who takes it, it just makes you feel uncomfortable. It's just
I
not
took
a
two of those
pleasant time.
tabs, and unfortunately, I'm still reaping the rewards from that one. It fucked my vision up. Everything's like kind of like psyche still, and this is like 4 or 5 years later. I seen a lot of like
Honeycombs.
my patterning when I was tripping on 25i was a lot of hexagons for some reason. I've seen like honeycomb head.
And you say in the sky
It's
like
got like a
the
beehive,
beehive
and
looking thing.
for some reason that instilled
Honeycombs.
a fear of bees and wasps in me that I never had. Now I still have that. I think it's because I was so vulnerable in that state. And, like my mind was getting warped, and like it just kind of like fucked up my shit. I'm sure there's a way to get around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, of course. You just go up to a bee and say,
It's the
"Hey, you're
bees.
not gonna
Bees aren't
fuck with
even
me
bad,
anymore.
dude. It's just like the
You're not gonna
buzzing
fuck."
and like flying. Like it skits. It freaks me the fuck
It's the
out. And
buzz.
wasps,
It's the
dude.
buzz.
No one likes wasps. They don't.
Well,
What
because
is
they
their
can sting you more than
purpose? Do they
once.
serve a
That's the
fucking
problem. Like
purpose?
yeah, they
Wasps.
pollinate the
Wasps
flowers.
don't
Or
do
no, the
shit.
bees do. Wasps are just. I think they're just there to be like, "Yo, bumblebees, you listen to us because we can
Dude, I've
sting you
ran
more
about
than
wasps so
once."
many times. I just fucking hate them.
I actually have a fear of spiders from tripping when the one we had in that park where we felt that presence
You kept seeing like
of
bugs
it
on you,
was
didn't
like
you?
people who have taken
Ugh.
Yeah. So what I took, and this the guy we got this from said, "Yo, like this is the strongest shot I've ever had. It made me throw up last night." But this is also the same guy who told us that like every time. So we're like, "Yeah, right. This guy shit's poop. Let's take two." And Lance here took three to because like he wanted to
Yeah.
actually have a good trip. Turns out the guy wasn't lying. So it gets really intense, and we're both at this park, and we're in the woods, and all of a sudden you just feel this presence. Something was wrong.
Yeah,
Like
we did a
the
vibe
vibe was
check and
up,
it
and
failed.
vibes are
The vibe
huge
check and it
on
failed.
acid. Right. So I looked down at my hand, and all of a sudden, there was like a spiral going through
Oh, I
my
had that
hand,
too,
and
bro.
then
I had that.
all these black
Oh my
little
god.
spots all running up and down my arms, bro. And I looked at you, and I remember we were just like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Right when we exited the woods, you felt the whole vibe switch, and it was like, oh my god, like we just got done like fucking running from a murderer or something. Like
Dude,
it got
it
really
really did. When
weird.
we were in the woods
Like,
and shit, like it felt like when that vibe hit, it almost seemed like everything got darker. And then when we started running, it felt like we were getting chased. It just got dark. And it
just got
literally
dark.
did. It felt like that. And I was like, dude, I was scared as fuck. And I seen the same spiral on my hand that you did. It looked like I looked at my hand and it just spiraled into infinity.
Yeah, but my problem was shit
Yeah,
started
nah,
coming
fuck
out of that
that.
spiral, which
Yeah,
was
fuck that,
little
man.
tiny black dots that represented looking like spiders. So they all started going up and down my arms, and I looked to my other hand, and they're there too. And then everywhere I started looking, started morphing into like a more of a negative
Yeah,
vibe. Like everything
yeah, I
wasn't as
hate that.
colorful as before. So I was like, oh my god. And then I think me and you came to the conclusion that I think there was like a dead rodent or something in the area that smelled or something. There was
Like it was a
something
dead body
just
or
that felt
something. Yeah, it
like
was just a
dead
bad
there,
vibe.
and
Death
it
was
was a
not
bad
our
vibe.
vibe
Yeah,
that we were trying to feel
it
in that wood.
yeah, right. I mean, once again, could
Of
all
course
just
it
be
was. There's probably
fucking
nothing in that woods,
paranoia,
honestly, in
and you know.
retrospect. Oh,
I mean,
it's
there's
probably like a
definitely a
raccoon
dead
or
animal in
something.
the
You know,
woods. Yeah, right.
I
I
used
mean,
to
there's dead animals
my
everywhere,
favorite
but
when taking LSD with you, Don, we used to actually it's around that time, Christmas time, we used to just walk the streets and look at the Christmas lights. Everything's so pretty and we're just like laughing and geeking.
it was
Great vibes
great.
in the
I just
meantime.
loved when our one, yeah. I just loved them. Like for anybody who I'm not telling anyone
No,
they
we're not
should go
advocating
out and do
we're not
acid, but for
advocating drug
people who
usage on this
do
podcast.
acid,
FYI.
um, for people who do acid, make a day of it. Wake up. Me and Lance here would
Yep.
wake up, text me at 9 a.m. All right, you ready? Walk over to my house, and we would literally walk to like a gas station or like a whatever and grab an orange juice because orange like the
That's
acidity in the
definitely a
orange
lie.
juice makes you trip more or whatever. But it was just I
It's
thought it
still
was a great
tasty.
way to think of it. Like, oh, nice orange juice.
It ta-
You're getting your
I have a story
vitamin
about
D.
orange juice, but yeah, go
It's a
ahead.
good way to start your morning. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You want to genuinely start it off. So then we go and we walk from my house to the gas station, get the orange juice, and then we walk to our spot where we initially just wait for the peak to kick in, which is someplace in the woods in
Yeah.
nature where you feel safe. And then whenever that peak is controllable, we would go and socialize and be like, all right, where are the friends at now? Because we would tell our friends we can't be with them until like we're like, oh yeah, we're not trying to be assholes, but like this is kind of like a me and him thing because we're both the ones tripping. You know what I mean? So that's generally how our trips would go, and they always turned out pretty good. We got a lot of
Yeah.
inside jokes from it and shit.
Uh,
What
well,
were
I
you
was
gonna
I was
say?
actually just gonna bounce off of what you said. That's how I am personally. Everyone's different, but when I'm coming up, I do not like. I wouldn't suggest being around a group of people. Just the other person other people maybe you're tripping with, and just coming up on them. And then when you peak and you feel like yeah, and then you go out. That's what you're right. That's what I like to do, and that was my favorite. I don't like coming up around
Yeah.
people, dude. I don't know why.
Since since we're talking
Well,
about
double dose.
tripping, I mean, not every episode is going to be
I'm a
about
double
us
dose
talking
here.
about trip stories and shit. But yeah, the one time, really funny story. Me and this guy right here were
Oh my god.
playing on ice for a good 3 hours, right? And at the time, we had this drug dealer who just obviously sold us pot and shit. And we're sitting there and we're like, we pretended that he was under the ice and we needed to get that gram. So we're sitting there stomping this ice and just like fucking around, like falling everywhere. And I look over and this guy's sitting in a tree using a branch as a mustache. And it was just like so much. So we're sitting there calling this guy's name, stomping on this ice for 3 hours. It felt like it probably
Yeah, it
was
probably was
about
like an hour and a half.
two,
We're just sitting
maybe
there
an hour
stomping
and a
the
half.
ice and saying this guy. We were acting like he was like an Italian mafioso. So we gave him like a mafioso name. We just kept stomping ice, like
Yeah,
saying his name.
that was great because after, so we're sitting there and we're calling his name. And then we're like, all right, it's time to go. And I'm looking back at the ice like, I don't know. That was a really fun time. We should just stay on the ice, man. And like, we're like, all right, no, we got to go. We've been here for so long. Like, let's just go. So we start to leave. And this kid we were talking about for 3 hours fucking walks up with 2 tabs on his tongue. First time ever tripping. Says, oh, like, and then we're like, we run up to him. We're like, dude, that's crazy. We were just like talking about you for 2 hours. He looks at us and he's like,
It's kind of weird,
you
buddy.
guys were talking about me? That's pretty weird. Like, I mean, imagine,
It made
imagine that.
sense
Like,
in
you're
our
sitting
psyched up
there,
heads that were
or you walk
like,
up.
dude, what the
Yeah,
fuck? We were just like talking about
right.
this guy for 2 hours, and this guy runs into us, and he's coming up, and we're like, dude, we were just talking about you for 2 hours. It's probably like the weirdest fucking thing to hear.
Yeah, like imagine being the guy walking. Like imagine you're walking up and someone's like, someone you're not even that good of
Nah,
friends with. You know what I mean? Like we never
yeah, I
hung
did when
out
I
with
was
that kid.
younger,
He sold
but
us
yeah.
pot like twice. You know what I mean? And we're talking about him, and we run up and like, just imagine being in his shoes. He's probably like, these fucking losers are fucking talking. Maybe he understood after the tabs kicked
I
in.
don't know what
And
the
he's like,
fuck
oh,
was
I
the thing with
understand.
that guy,
I
man.
don't know.
Every time I would trip, dude, you remember this. I always used to run into him. I don't know why. Every time I would, dude, see, that's the weird
You
thing with
did.
tripping, man. It puts you in like these weird situations that like aren't like, it's not like it's not the psychedelics doing it to you. Oh, it is, but it's like it's actually happening. Weird things actually happen when you're tripping. I always used to run into them.
Right. Like if you want to talk about the Smedley story, how you called that, not really going into too much detail, but if you want to talk
Yeah,
about
you that's
that,
the
I was
thing. You
like,
can
you
like
channeled
manifest
that
things when you're
also.
tripping. Unfortunately, you can manifest negative energy. So we were tripping in this park, and we were beefing with another group of friends. I'm not gonna get in the story because it's not important. But we were. Oh yeah, it
It
was
was
you. I was
me.
beefing with fucking. I was fucking.
Just
Yeah, because you're
it
employee
was
shit.
me. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were trying to play it off
No,
like,
no, I
oh, we're the
actually forgot.
bestest
It
friends.
was
We
because
never
of
get in the
fucking
fights. Like,
Don.
no,
So
we've
it was
had our
over
fights.
Don. I was with another group of friends, and he was with a group of other people that we don't talk to anymore. And when I was tripping, I kept saying, there he is," like not Don, like the other guy, like his name. And of course, as we're walking out, 2 tabs on the peak, who the fuck drives by but Don and this group of people? And we were beefing, and it was supposed to be a one-on-one fight, but the scumbags you were with started jumping everybody. I got away and ran into the woods, but I saw one of our
Right,
other friends
right.
getting jumped by. So I ran back. I ran back to the woods,
And it
and
was
I think it
funny
was you
too
actually. I ran
because
back and fucking threw you off of them.
yeah, you fucking decked the shit out of me because all of a sudden this guy, like, I'm looking at you. I'm like, all right, I'm not after you. I'm not worried about you. I had one intention, and we knew who the person was. It wasn't you. So you run off into the woods, and I'm like, all right, fuck him. He's done because I knew everyone else had their own person on him too. So then all of a sudden, I'm trying to hit this kid, and I look out of the corner of my peripheral, and you were probably 360. You went all the way around in the woods and came out of my blind spot and just fucking decked me off them. And I was like, holy shit, because I hit the ground, and but I don't know what happened after because
No, I
instantly
gotta
we
say it's
just
probably one of my
went
worst trips
back
ever
to it.
because
But
after I threw you off, the other kid you were with, fucking Timberland booted me right in the face, right in my jaw, and my cheek
that's what I
puffed
was gonna
out,
say.
and it was
Yeah,
like that for like I don't know how long.
I saw. Yeah, as much as I hated you at that
It
time,
should have
I
been a
saw your
fucking
face and I felt
one-on-one. Like
bad.
they
I was
should.
like, because
It should have been you and
it should
him.
dude. I said that. Did you not see me run up? Like, because I actually threw up a little bit when I ran up. Because it all started over. We're
Yeah.
just like, oh, let's just go smoke at the park, it's really nice there, whatever. And it was a beautiful day. And we said it too. The people I was with, I'm like, watch, we go to Smedley and we're gonna see fucking Lance and
Oh,
the
you did
gang
say
fucking
that?
tripping as we have
We
beef.
channeled that shit.
I said yes. I said that.
Channeled that.
That's why we said it was so weird because you said, "Oh, watch we run
Yeah.
into Don," and I said, "Watch we run into Lance." Well, you probably didn't say
Yeah, I
Don. You
did.
probably said the other person I was with, but um, but still. And then so we're driving past you, and I go, or someone said, I forget who it was said it, but I'm driving my ex-girlfriend's car at the time, and I look out the window, I see you guys, and you guys are all laughing, running away. So I thought you guys were laughing at me,
Yeah.
like, look at these pussies, ha ha ha, like, you know what I mean? So I fucking opened the door up, didn't even put the car in park, and fucking got out and started dicking it towards you, right? And we're running. I got my boy next to, my old boy that was in that squad that we were coming after you guys with. And he looks over at one of the most innocent people from your group and is like, hit him, hit him. I go, he didn't do nothing. Leave him the fuck alone. And they did, with thank God, because I would have felt
No, he
so
did. He
bad
got
if
punched right. He got
anything would
kicked
have
in his
happened
shit. He
to
was fucking
two or
bleeding out
three
his
of them.
mouth. Bro.
No, he didn't.
Are we talking about
You're not
Kay?
thinking of the same person.
Oh. Yeah, he got. I know
No,
what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
no, no,
I
no.
know. I know
I
what you're
tell
talking
you,
about. Yeah.
I'm talking about J and J. Yeah. They were telling me to hit them, and I was like, no, they didn't do nothing. The only people who deserve anything was K, you, and fucking
Really, it should have just been a
D.
fucking.
But
No, it
it
was
shouldn't have happened.
ridiculous
No,
because,
it
like,
shouldn't have happened the way it did.
I don't know, they shouldn't have been involved, and it shouldn't have been a jumping situation. It should have been a one-on-one scrap in the woods, I think.
That's the problem with hood people or people who think they're hood. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys were from around here, you would understand these like outskirts of the city. These people think like, oh, fight, where's the fight? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they need to be involved. Like, they didn't even know what happened. I showed up at my buddy's house with a black eye because I got hit by them the day before. And I show up with a black eye, and they're like, who did
Yeah.
that? Yo, we're going to get them. We're going to, you know what I mean? They were just ready, looking for it. They look for fights. And, so that's probably why it turned out like that, because they just fight for
Yeah,
no
I mean,
reason, is
I get
pretty
it.
much what I'm
Yeah, I
trying
mean,
to
we've
say.
been, you and me, and not talking about fighting each other, you and me have been in, uh, how many fights have we been in? We've been in like a good amount. Have we not?
It was never in the
No, I'm not saying
beginning.
between you and
In
me.
the
I'm
beginning,
saying
we were
like
best friends up
the
until
neighboring towns from where we were at. Remember how we used to fight them? We went to like the park up there.
Oh, how many times? Oh, we fought them. We fought
So we had it was literally a town
three
rivalry.
times.
Rivalry. Me and Don and our boys were fighting against this neighboring town. I don't even remember what it was over, but it was big beef. It was a big fucking beef.
I can think
Yeah,
about
and
it.
it's
Just
just
give me a
like,
second, but continue.
bro, I used a fake name. I forget what it was. Oh, it was Sean Ferrento. I said my name.
Oh, it's because he burned. It's because he burned our friend for what was it? The one kid was trying to get weed or
Someone
something.
got
He
burned over
burned
weed,
him.
so we organized a big
Ducky.
fight. And I kept talking shit with a fake name. I said, "Yo, it's fucking Sean Ferrento. I'm gonna fuck you up when I get there." And we went into the park, and
That was
and
great.
the bulls like they were all there, and they're like, "Yo, where's Sean Ferrento at?" I'm like right here, and went up. And we just started scrapping immediately. Just started fighting.
You beat him too until that
I was
other
like,
dude just pulled him
yeah.
off
I
for
mean, I'm
you.
not gonna say I was fucking, but
We won. No, we won that one. I know the first one. It
that's
was
what I'm
at the
talking
park. It
about.
was
Yeah,
dark, and they rolled up with
yeah.
like
They got
10. We had
smoked.
like 6, right? But a couple
I
people
know.
we were with were pussies. But I remember right away you ran at, because you had a motive. So you said, they said, where were you? And you
It
said, who
was.
are
He's
you?
like,
And he
yo. He's
said
like,
his
where's
name,
Sean
and you
Ferrento? I'm like,
just
right
went at
here.
him. And
Immediately
then
went up and started scrapping. I think it was his brother, or the person.
and then right. Uh-huh. And then so they picked the biggest kid with
Yeah, I know what you're
us,
talking
which
about.
was our friend Justin's cousin. And he starts fucking up the kid who came at him. So pretty much we won. So then the next day we organize another fight between this rivalry town, thinking, hey, let's keep this going for, I don't know
Because we're
why we
assholes.
thought to keep this fucking thing going. But yeah, like, did we really think we were that tough, dude? These dudes were like
Yeah,
20
that was pretty
fucking
embarrassing on their
5 years old.
part,
We were
too.
17. And we're thinking, on their part, yeah, and they're walking up. And so we organize a second fight, and they start walking up. There's probably 10 of us. There's literally 20 of them come walking up. And the one chody ass kid is
Oh
like,
yeah, he's
yo,
like,
get
yo,
the
yo, you
body
better
bags,
get the
get the
body
body
bags. It's
bags.
over for
And
y'all. Get the body bags.
yeah, and he can't. Yeah, and so they all come running up, and they stand in front of us, and we're all lined up. They're all lined up, and they go, "Which one of you fucked up my man's last night?" And every single pussy we were with
Yeah, I know.
pointed over at him. Like talk about loyalty and staying as a group.
That's the reason
No,
why we don't chill with all of
everybody
them anymore.
fucking bitched. Even myself and
Pussy out.
right. So they all pointed him. He starts. So he goes. You're going to square with my man right now. So he calls him out. They square up, and he starts beating them. Next
Yeah,
thing you know,
yeah.
they all start running at us, and I see 3 out of the 6 remaining people all go down in one hit,
Ridiculous.
and then the
No, I
other
was not there
people
for
were
this one.
jumping. You weren't there for the second time. Because you were
I said,
being
what's the point? We
smart. You
already had the
said, I
first
am
one.
not going to that because we already had it, and we're
Yeah, I
like, no,
remember
no,
that.
we got this. Fuck them kids, So and thank God you didn't come. So they're jumping literally 2 feet on this one. They picked the biggest kid that was in our group, took him down. 3 kids were like on him, and
That's
they were
fucked up.
jumping on his forehead with 2 feet. It was, and we had
Yeah,
to
that's
take him to
fucked,
the
dude.
hospital. He couldn't even stand up straight, and then. It's funny because I was the last one standing. I mean, there was a video of me, and the only reason I'm not tooting my own horn why I was the last one standing was a guy runs up to me, looks at me, I make eye contact, I grab both his wrists, and I froze and was like, "What do I do from here?" This dude's like 7 foot fucking tall, so I throw his hands up and just start running across the field. Next thing I know, I got like 3 of them chasing me, 4 of them, and one guy dives at my knee, takes me down. I kind of grabbed him and fell with him, and then in the video, you see like 6 people all just kicking at me, just me on the ground like armadilloing, and yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. I'm pretty sure my
uh,
ex-girlfriend was there, her friend was there. There was like 3 chicks. Maybe even that one girl from that town was there. But yeah, that
Six
was
people,
bad.
man.
That
That's.
was that was
Do you
really
remember
something.
when the one kid we used to hang out with got in a fight in that town over a girl? So it was just them fighting with a bunch of the kids from the town standing around. And then they started charging us. They charged at the one guy, you remember with the glasses we used to hang out with? What G?
No, I'm actually
So they started charging him like, yo, what the fuck
Oh,
are you
yeah,
doing? I
yeah,
pushed the one guy.
yeah,
He's like, oh,
yeah,
you want
yeah.
something? He said, the word. And he started like, punching me and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And like, we were leaving, and my hat fell off. So I went back to grab my hat, and they're like, oh, you want some more?
Oh,
And I had literally
yeah.
6 people on top of me just fucking punching me and shit, bro. I just went to grab my
Dude, I
hat.
think I remember we ran up. Yeah, we
No, they were
ran
just
up and they
they
all
were just
came out of the
standing there
bushes,
because
right?
it was in the park on
And
the baseball
I
ground.
no, I thought, but I
Oh, they
thought,
probably did.
yeah, but I thought a
That's
couple
what I was
came out of the
talking
bush.
about.
No, that's a different
Yeah,
fight. No, they were sitting at the dugout. You're right. You're right. And yeah, they
yeah.
fucking
He
you
was supposed
started
to be an MMA fighter.
apparently
I'm
remember
not
that
even trying to like
MMA
brag or
fighter
nothing, but
you
like,
said
because
he
I had
was?
6 people on me.
Yeah.
But this MMA fighter allegedly came up to me and I threw him over my like head.
He tried to kangaroo kick you, and I think he like missed or something, and like you like flipped him over you somehow, and then after all is done, like they like yeah you don't want that smoke and started walking away or
Yeah,
something, but they're
yeah.
walking away like backwards because they're like hood, and
I think
you're like
so.
fuck my hat. I'm pretty sure it's a hat I gave you,
Might have
and
been
it was a
that.
Phillies hat. I'm pretty positive, and you
Yeah.
go back and they're like, oh, you want some more? And I turn around and I'm like, should I help him? I'm just watching him like fucking like punch kick you. And I'm like, should I help him? I'm like,
Yeah.
I already had
Good
enough.
friend right there.
I was just so worn out. And then, but you came out on top. There's been times that, I mean, I
Of
would
course,
fight for you.
now we'll
That.
fight.
Probably even take
We
a
don't get in
bullet.
fights
But
anymore,
like,
but hey, you never
just
know.
being so drained, uh, being so drained at that point, you're just like, he's gonna be all
I mean,
right.
I
And then
probably
you
got
did.
fucking
You came
brain
out
damage.
pretty
My
much
head
with
was
nothing
killing
on
me
you.
when I came out of that.
The back, yeah, I
Whatever.
think
I
they
don't know.
were
It was
just
like
hitting the
it was
back
such a
of your
blur, dude. It happened so fast too. It's like 30 seconds. And I was just like, all right, dude. Like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. I throw my
head.
hat. Fuck, are we still fighting for? It's done.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we kept that going for 3 times. I mean, we had 3 or 4 times we kept saying to the same kid. And then there was a 5th time where some guy came up with his dog, and he had like a pit bull, and of course pit bulls can be aggressive, and he's like, get him. And the fucking pit bull walks up to us all nice as shit, as Lance here is fucking up the other kid
This guy
that
would.
the
All right, so
dog is
this
supposed to be
it was
protecting. Like,
extremely
it was
embarrassing
just,
because like when you
it's
bring a pit
kind
bull
of
up to somebody,
embarrassing.
it's like an intimidation method, trying to intimidate you. But that pit bull was such a sweetheart. It did not intimidate anybody at all. And this guy, it reflects the guy that we were fighting with because he wasn't intimidating at all. Yeah,
He had like a face mask
he
on
was
too, like he
pre-COVID
was like
face mask in it,
fucking
and he was on top of
fucking
me, dude.
hard
He was on
ass.
top of me. I'm like, empty your fucking pockets. Literally on top of me. I was like, empty your fucking pockets.
He was like,
The guy.
he did. He said, he said, he said, white kid said, N word. I ain't gonna empty my pockets or something, right?
I
Like,
was geeking.
he's like, empty my pockets.
Yeah,
Like, and he was such a tiny kid
yeah.
too. Like, he was so small. Like, it was on. And the funniest thing is the dog's
Get
name.
him,
He
June.
walks up
Get
and the
him,
guy
June.
goes,
She comes
"Get
over
him,
and licks
June.
you. It's
Get him,
like it was
June."
just supposed to be like
Yeah,
scary or something.
like how on it? Yeah. And me and my buddy are sitting there watching. We turn the corner of where you guys like ran off to, and the guy's standing back. We're standing back. We're looking at the guy like, should we hit him? But then the dog. But then we're just kind of letting you guys duke it out, and
I
I'm
wasn't even a
pretty
fight. It
sure
was just like a really
you
weird
won that
skirmish
one.
with like a
And then
cute
I think
dog
we
hanging out in the background.
wrestling, yeah. Yeah, and then I think we started walking away, and we saw more of
Yeah.
them walking up the hill, and there was snow on the ground, so we just started dicking it, and that was the
Yeah, who
end of that. I
knows?
don't think we ever fought him again, except that one kid, our buddy who
Right.
went in
That's why it
school and started
started. Yeah.
hitting his brother.
Well, hey,
Yeah, that was funny, man.
I think we should call it a wrap.
One more.
Yeah, do
Let
one
me
more
give you
topic
one
before we
more
wrap it
topic
up.
here. I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, I mean, we don't always have to shoot for an
Our
hour.
millions of fans. Hey,
The
make sure
fans want more.
to donate to our
So
Patreon $100 so you can get nothing.
we're doing this for you guys. We're not putting ads in any of our podcasts because we're not sellouts and we don't need to make money off of it. We do this strictly
You're
for
saying
the
that now, but
enjoyment
watch us
of
put ads
ourselves
in it.
and for others listening. Hey, no,
I'll
fucking
hold you
clip this
to it,
right
bro.
now.
No ads.
If you're a fucking, the,
Yeah, you got to. You got to
no,
be
not
accountable for
you.
your
Don't call
actions,
us out
bro.
on our own shit. We don't want to.
You just said
Yeah,
You
what? So
just
we
said
look like
clip
clowns?
it.
Like, oh, hypocrite. He said he wasn't going to do it. And no, I was saying the people, one of the fans can clip it, not my fucking co-host ratting me out. Like, hey, you said that wasn't going to happen. Like, be like, dude,
It'll
I'm
be like
saying
Don's
clean,
over
dude,
here
shut
trying to
up.
put
Like, but
fucking flex tape ads on our fucking videos. Do they even sell that anymore? I wonder
oh,
yeah, it's like right in the
fucking
front.
yeah, I go in the Home Depot every day. I see it and I use that guy. I use that guy's
There's
voice
always
every time. Flex Seal.
oh man, the infomercial guys are
He's like,
great.
that's a lot of
Billy Mays
damage.
was obviously a classic with his fucking cocaine habits and
No, that the guy who does Flex
fucking
tape.
Billy Mays,
Oh
dude. What
man,
did he used to even
that
sell? I
guy,
don't
man.
remember. Or market.
But what I want to Billy Mays used to sell that stupid what
Something.
was it?
Something probably
Like
Huff.
a cleaner or
OxyClean,
something?
yeah,
Like,
dude. What is this like
oh,
2000
OxyClean,
what year is it?
OxyClean, right?
2006, 2007
Yeah, like
shit?
OxyClean.
Fucking
Get the toughest stains.
God, man.
Right now, just
Are
eat
you
a
ready for
Tide
the
Pod. You'll be all
nostalgia
right.
TV shows
That
about
washes
our
your
era
whole
growing
body.
up? It's gonna be fucking terrible.
Dude, I just saw a remake on Amazon or sorry on Peacock. I don't even know what the fuck Peacock is. Apparently,
It's
it's
gonna
a
die like
like a
Quibi.
streaming like watching like a Netflix kind of thing, and it's a
Billions.
it's a fuck yeah Quibi put all that money in there for nothing. Um, fucking they made a Saved by the Bell like not a reunion like
I
a
believe it.
remake. I'm pretty sure.
You do
Don't
that.
quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they made there is now a Saved by the Bell fucking like
I
another
don't
show. Like, dude, you can't remake Saved by the Bell. That's not gonna happen because that's like Chody.
Saved by the Bell.
What is it?
It's like maybe
80s,
late
90s,
late 80s and 90s. I
89,
never watched
89,
Saved by the Bell. I'll be honest with you right now.
1989. I'm
I
looking
don't
at it
know.
right now. I love Saved by the Bell. It's great. It's just so chody and funny. Mario Lopez is like the your typical like I pull the
Yeah.
chicks kind of guy, and like it's just like just
They
typical
should come up with something
90s
original because
or 80s
apparently
90s
this is the
sitcom.
era of remakes and remasters. Well, I thought I said remasters. Yeah,
Even video
a lot of
games,
video
every
games.
video game is now being right. Well, I mean, they remade the
That no,
remake
that was an
of
actual just straight up
Mafia and
remake. Yeah, and I
shit.
enjoyed
So
that. I enjoyed that. I beat that on Insane or no
that was
Classic. Sorry.
great. That was
And
great.
if anyone's ever played Mafia and you played the classic one,
Classic, yeah.
the race is probably one of the hardest missions I've had to do. That was so fucking difficult to complete. That race.
I did the race on
Try it on
hard,
classic.
and I still fucked up
Fucking
the first time. It took me 3 times. I don't even want to because I literally did. I still haven't beat that game.
yeah, I
I bought
enjoyed
the
it.
game
Thanks
and
for
we
letting me
game
game for
shared,
that. The
and
game
you
was
got more
great.
out of it than I did. Like I still,
I did. I'm getting hooked up
yeah.
here.
The guy also got Cold War. Just yeah. This is why we need them donations, boys. You got
Yeah.
to help Lance
And if
get
we ever
some.
and our
He needs
millions
a
of
new
listeners that
controller
are
too.
obviously watching here,
All
I
right.
love constructive criticism and tips or whatever, how to make shit better. I like to hear it. Probably ignore what you say, but it's interesting. Let me know. Let us know.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind if you're listening to throw in a couple things we could do better or
We're,
whatever. I
we're
mean,
at
we're on
Twitter
Twitter. You
at
can always,
doubled
comment on our
dose. Is
shit.
it
This
no
is
dose
obviously
doubled? Sorry. So DOSED
it is. Yeah, dose
DOUBLED dose
doubled.
doubled at dose
Yeah,
doubled. That's our Twitter. I think we're gonna try to work on getting YouTube, right?
yeah. Right. I think the next step is we're gonna do two more, probably around two more podcasts, just trying to get the flow of things. Maybe even sooner if we can get the right software to work it all out. But yeah, we're gonna be on YouTube. Just us talking. It's not gonna be a video. Just not yet, at least. I mean, if we could figure out a way to do a Zoom call and podcast, like so
We'll
you
figure
guys
out
can
something.
see us,
I don't
maybe
know
we'll
about
do
Zoom,
that. I
bro.
don't know, But for right now, right? But I'm saying for right now, like that we're working on just getting on YouTube the
Yeah,
audio
just another
with our
platform trying to
thumbnail in
get
the
on
background,
YouTube.
just to listen to it. Just another platform
We're
for
working with
everything.
me especially. I'm working with shit
Right.
right now. I got like I said, I have my dictaphone. I'm using my gaming headset to use this. So
Yeah, I mean, you have the computer for
now,
editing, of
and I was
course, but
telling
you
Don
can't
here
record the
off
podcast on
air
that
that
computer.
I'm gonna get a I'm gonna try to either fix my MacBook or do something. But I have a microphone. I probably said this in the podcast. I do have a microphone. So whatever. I have a microphone. I'm trying to get it hooked
You
up
do, yeah.
and a lot better quality, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how mine sounds, but I
Well, so
mean,
we're
I'm
rough and
sure
roll. We
Migs
got no
do.
ads
It's
here. Clip it. Make sure you
um,
clip what Don said because if he's reading an ad, we should edit in you saying that. Like we'll never do ads. This is for the fans. Hey guys,
right,
hey guys, Don here with Double Dose. We got a new product.
yeah, we'll never
Whatever.
do that. Oh man, I don't know. I'm feeling like
Well,
I
you can
should have
take it
never
back.
said that now, but because like, how you gonna make money? Now, we're gonna stick to this. Depending, okay. So we blow up over. If we blow up, I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
have
selling
to
out.
sell out.
I
Actually, no.
disagree.
Hold on. Let me change that. No, let me change that. I don't even quote what I just said. If so, I will put ads in if we don't get enough viewers. if we get enough, like if we get over like 100,000 views on not like a live episode, but on a episode,
If we, if
I
we
will
get
never
enough,
put one ad
okay,
in.
clip that.
Boom,
I'm
there you
not going to
go.
say anything, but I will say that it makes sense if we're getting a lot of Patreon people, which, I highly doubt, then, that's you guys and there's no ads and, whatever. But we're not, yeah,
Yeah, I
but we're
mean, why
definitely not
wouldn't you
setting up
want to
Patreon yet
support this
because,
guy? You know.
you know, our millions of fans right now just can't handle the might break the
Right.
servers, might break it down.
Right. All right, so I got one more topic for you guys. It's in the world of boxing. I told Lance I wanted to talk about it. I didn't really have
You want to just throw
anywhere to
Mike
squeeze
Tyson
it
in real
in,
quick
so
before
I
we end
figured
it?
like, yeah, fuck it, just say we're gonna
Throw,
talk
throw him
about
in
it
there. Throw
instead.
him in the ring.
Yeah, we're gonna throw Mike Tyson in there. Yeah, I wanted to talk about it. This freaking guy. I mean, you probably already heard it if you're into the boxing scene. You know Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. But the guy is 54 years old. Like it's on tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I think that's like Eastern time or some shit like that. And it's gonna be fucking bad. Like the dude is gonna have some sort of like like he's gonna fucking like something's gonna pop in his brain. He's just gonna
Dude,
die
Mike
on the
Tyson is an
fucking
absolute
in the
savage in the
ring,
ring.
you
He was
know.
an absolute savage
And
back in the day. I'm really interested to see him. Absolute monster. And I'm really excited to
he's
see
a
how he is
monster.
today. He's calmed down a lot from what he is, but who knows? He could probably still channel that energy into the ring that he did back in the 80s.
That actually, yeah, that's really funny because I
I
looked
did
up
see
recently.
that.
He was doing a
He
whole
was
new
training, yeah.
workout routine. He was getting back into getting in the yeah. And he
Yeah.
said he
He's a
said due to
fucking
my
old
age, this
man
shit is
now.
fucking hard. Like he was not expecting that.
I'm looking
And
at a
I mean
picture as
I'm looking
well.
at pictures right now. His beard is gray as fuck. But he looks good. He is freaking dude. He looks better than a lot of fucking 20-year-olds who are fucking in shape. And this
I
guy's
see the wrinkles.
54.
I see the
Dude,
wrinkles.
I don't know. They're not even letting you.
Where's this at?
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it's
you
going to be
could.
in the
Yeah,
Staples Center in
yeah.
LA.
But
And this is tomorrow? Pay-per-view, I'm assuming? How much is it?
right. Yes, I'm a 50
Damn, I wish
bucks
I
pay
could.
per view. I'm buying it.
Let's try to
It's
figure out
on
a way where we both
Triller
can
though.
watch
It's
this
on
tomorrow.
Triller. It's not. I'm sure there's a
Tyson,
way. Maybe it's like a kind of like a game
yeah,
show,
live
right? Like if I
stream
buy it on
Tyson
that
on
account, you can sign
Triller.com.
into
Is that
that
what you're
account
doing?
too, maybe. Or well, we
I
could
know they
always
got streams.
yeah
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Triller. We could always go on Reddit, and Reddit always has links to free streaming thing. We can even fucking join a
Yeah,
party and just talk about it as we're watching it. You know
do a
what I
little
mean?
Tyson
But
special.
yeah, this dude, right? I mean, this guy is. I mean, his last fight was in
About 15 years.
2005, and Roy Jones Jr. is only two
He's fighting
is only 2
2-year-old.
years old. His last fight was February 2018. He's 51.
I know what
Huh?
you're saying.
Oh no.
I
He
know.
his last fight was 2 years ago. So he is more
He went 37 and
ready.
0.
Like
Amazing.
Mike Tyson's been doing a lot.
Amazing.
He started a weed thing. He's trying to start his own like weed production or
What, like
weed
those
resort kind
ayahuasca
of thing,
retreats they have in
or
like
like
places
just
where
his
you
own
go
brand
and
of weed, pretty
get the
much. I'm pretty
weed?
sure. Yeah, but it's for like
They should
weed. You
just
buy his
fucking
medical
legalize it
marijuana. I
already. I mean, like
think
it's
so.
it's
Don't
really
quote
like
me on that, but New Jersey just did. I think that's in effect as of January 1st, 2021. But it
there'll be
doesn't
shops
mean they're going to have
everywhere
shops and
in
this and
3
that.
years.
You know
Quote
what
me
I
on
mean?
that.
Like I
There'll be
hate.
legal shops everywhere in 3 years.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I mean, everywhere, like
I
every
mean, it's
state,
getting
or just
legalized
everywhere in
everywhere so
Jersey
much.
and the
Like it's
legal
only a matter
states
of
it
time for the
is.
federal government legalizes it.
Just says fuck it. I mean, I like what Oregon did. I think Oregon made a good choice. I mean, people are still gonna go out there and do drugs. So like if they get caught with it, it doesn't mean they're criminals because sometimes you don't know their backstory. Like you know what I mean? Maybe that dude's just fucking like just got done work, got his bag, and
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
really
dude, I'm
never
just trying to
understood that at
go
all. I
home and
always,
fucking dip out, and a
I
cop
look, I get
stops him.
like
Like, you know what I mean?
dealing, you want to make
He
that
wasn't
illegal
a
because there's a
bad
lot of crime
guy.
involved, a
Like,
lot of, shit like that. But yeah, of course, you get shit
well,
product,
especially with
which,
cutting and
we obviously
everything.
have before. But I never understood criminalizing people that are just using it. I think decriminalization of drug usage should be everywhere. Like if you're using drugs, why should you go to jail and get like a felony over that? I think that's ridiculous. However, if you're like selling it, that's a different area,
Right.
you know. It
Right,
depends
right.
on
I
like
mean,
what dealer we're
selling it
talking about. If you're
because
talking
you could
about
be
like,
putting
like
people's
the
lives
fucking,
at risk if
Joe
you're
Blow
selling
Schmo
it.
on the block selling
Like,
like a gram to like a 15-year-old and he's also 15. It's not like a big deal. But like if you're like that,
well, yeah. Well, if
no
he's
one
selling them
does.
some pot or something, I don't think pot's a big deal. But when we start talking, and that's why it's becoming legal in a lot of places. But like, if you're selling heroin, especially like, I get it, it's really big in the cities. And really everywhere it is big. It's just you don't see it as much in the city. You see it because of the homeless and
Around there, it's the fucking worst.
But
I mean,
around here it's
Philadelphia
even
has
big. Our town
the
was
infamous open air drug market.
yeah.
Um,
Right. Yeah. I mean, you go down there and everyone's like, you walk past some people, and I work in Kensington sometimes, and you walk past people, you hear them yelling it out,
no,
and the
it's
cops don't
absolutely
do
no
anything
joke down
because,
there. It's
like,
just open air drug
what are
market.
they
They
going to
sell
do?
drugs. They have the corners. If a corner gets busted, another corner's in its place. And I'm talking like, I don't want to like, exaggerate or talk bullshit, but I think this drug trade that they got on these corners is millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
They're selling the fucking K2, the worst thing that's ever been made. They are selling those in
They're doing that
fucking
again.
corner stores. You know what I mean? You
Sonic
go to
Zero, remember Sonic
Kensington, you go to
Zero,
fucking
Bizarro?
yeah, yeah. Well, so at first they stopped it at first because the FDA or who is it that the DEA or whatever one classifies drugs, they took the original chemical of JWH-018 and then it became illegal, so they all like disappeared. But then they just resynthesized
Yeah,
it,
they just
and
keep manipulating
they
it. Yeah,
started
they just
selling
keep
them in the corner
manipulating,
stores
keep
again.
selling it.
You know what I
Me and
mean?
Don
And
have had
they're
our
still doing
experience
it.
with Vice, and yeah, they say it's like a
No,
weed
this
alternative. It's
yeah.
certainly not. It's almost I've actually experienced delirium on it, like literal delirious. I was in my basement, and I was smoking a
It's
cigarette, playing
something.
video games, whatever. I just got done smoking a little like uh, K2 out back. So I was chilling in my basement. I was talking to my friend, smoking a cigarette and shit, and then bam, it hits me. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I look around. There's nobody in my basement. I can't smoke cigarettes in the house, so I wasn't smoking a cigarette. I was talking to nobody. Yeah, it was like literal delirium, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Like actual
oh,
hallucinations. That's what makes it scary, dude. Because
yeah.
LSD isn't actual hallucinations, really. They're just visuals,
I
like patterns and shit. You know what you're
yeah.
saying is like,
That makes me. That just brings me to something. I
the only
hate
people
when
that say
people
that are
say
like
they
8 year
see
olds, really.
unicorns
That
on
don't
acid or
understand.
something. Like you didn't like. Yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah, well
oh
we know
yo,
somebody actually
I
said
saw this
that.
tree uproot itself. Like no, you didn't. Like yeah. Like no, you saw the tree probably like glowing a little bit and like wiggle maybe like yeah, I mean depending your dose obviously that's a huge factor,
No,
but you're not
I've had
seeing
some
some
crazy
out of
visuals,
this
but I
world
can't
shit.
remember
I
my
mean
craziest
DMT is a
visual
different
what it
story,
was.
but you know I think the craziest is my hand. I think it's because it was such a bad memory that it really stuck in my head of seeing like every time I look at my hand now, I kind of feel like I see that spiral because it gave me that,
Yeah,
that I'm like being that scared, like I said, we
all
talked
right.
about on the first episode, like acid makes you so vulnerable. So like your brain, you're vulnerable. Like I feel like at
Yeah,
any second, like I could just like
people
crash
over
or,
like you
something could
know
go terribly
LSD
wrong.
can be used
And that's,
safely and
yeah.
comfortably, but you gotta be careful. I mean, like you were just saying, like I now have a fear of like bees and wasps, and I know what that's from. It wasn't from acid though, so but it was from like embo. I guess you could call it. It's like I don't think it's.
But
Yeah,
is
I
that,
guess it's classified as a
I don't
psychedelic. I
know.
don't know. It
That's
was
an
just pure
RC,
shit,
isn't
and
it?
I never want to get that again. That it was garbage. But yeah, I mean, if you're in a vulnerable state and something scares you or fucks you up, and you're just in that state of mind, like it's almost like it rewires your brain to just kind of have that fear.
I've had some really good, really good, like I think everybody should, maybe not everybody. I mean, it hits everyone a little different. Drugs, I would never suggest anyone to do drugs, but I think if you are going to, microdosing mushrooms is a great way to go to get you dip your toe in the water. It really does open up your brain a little bit, and you feel really good. And they find that like stuff like that, like mushrooms, it can help people in smaller doses. And same with now they're with MDMA. They're giving it to like veterans for
Yeah,
PTSD, and they're finding it's helping that. You know what I mean? It's everything's good in moderation. I always stick to that, and that's how it should be. It's the problem is when it's not in moderation, and the fucking then you're addicted, or you fucking
yeah.
fry
The
your
addiction is what the problem is, and
serotonin
that's
from
what
the
you do with
Molly,
the
or
addiction. And
this,
like you
that, and the
said,
other.
Kensington. For anyone who doesn't know Kensington and Philly, I mean, it's just like the heroin hub, and you can drive around and see just people slumped over, nodding out. It's a very it's a very sad sight, and it just shows you what happens when you get deep
Sad.
into addiction. And if you're interested, Intervention actually did I think it was like a 7-part special on Philadelphia. I did not watch the first, or I didn't
Yeah,
watch any episodes
yeah,
after
that's
the
one of my
first, but
favorite
it's like
shows.
interesting to me because I know that area from around that area. So
That's actually funny because
it
I didn't
was, yeah.
watch that because that was the most recent thing as of, well, because I was watching it last year, and I saw that and the newest season. I was like, I don't want to watch like this like 8-part thing. Like I want to see someone's story and see if they get better, because that's how the episode is. Like starts out how bad they are, and like you know what I mean, and then they try the pre-intervention, and then they do the intervention where it usually either goes really well, where they're
Yeah, they
crying, they're like,
just
all
walk
right,
out and they're like, I'm
or
not
it's like,
fucking doing it. I'm
I'm a
not
snap,
fucking.
no way, you guys set me up, like you know what I mean. So yeah,
I
like,
don't
but
know.
this
It
was a
had
little
those. It
different.
had
It,
exactly what you're
it just
talking
wasn't
about.
like
Followed the
intervention for
people.
me, and they really did it. I see the way. I guess maybe the people's faces didn't pull me in because I love a great story on intervention. Like there was this girl who had like she just had a future lined up for her. Like she had like a restaurant like that would have been hers if she was like one of the
Yeah.
best like cooks. She really knew how to manage well this restaurant that was her family's restaurant, and she pretty much threw it all away to just do heroin and just like leave halfway through the shift and shit. And it's just like crazy because she was like a really pretty girl, and she like had it set, and then she blew it all. And I'm pretty sure in the episode she did go to treatment, but then after you see him after treatment, it says if they stayed, it says, oh, stayed sober as of this, and then it said she relapsed
Yeah.
after she
It's.
went to treatment and shit. So it's sad.
I think some people are just scared of
The
success,
potential people have, it's crazy. I think that and
responsibilities
change.
too. I guess so. I mean,
If that goes hand in hand, if
it's just how
that's what
people
you
work.
were referring to, yeah, like sometimes it is stressful thinking about like when I actually have like a kid, this and that. Like, why would I do that? Why would I change what I do?
Well, that's
You
life.
know
It's
what I mean?
evolution. You got to
Because
keep evolving,
it,
changing. It's just
you know,
how it is, and especially with the
fuck,
world changing around
yeah,
you.
yeah. But the transition is the hardest part. The transition is what's hard. Is like I made a big transition this year. I left my job of 6 years, and I went to an actual trade job where I have no experience. And then 3 months later now, and I'm loving it more than anything. But the first week, or even the week before I started, I was literally
Yeah,
shitting my pants thinking about
it's
what if this
normal.
happened, what if
Everyone
that,
does
you know what I
that.
mean, overthinking everything. And
It's
it
anytime you
is.
say
It's a
transition, I just
transition.
keep thinking of something
Right.
else.
Exactly. It's just normal anxiety, and
Train.
yeah, I know what you're thinking.
I might transition to
Yeah,
a
the
cigarette.
transition. My transition actually is complete.
Honestly, I look. I think this is a good. I think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Well, yeah, I mean, Yeah, no, this is a great episode. I mean, we already said it. I mean, what else
Keep the
can we say
podcast
anymore? We told
going.
you guys about what our plans are for the future and everything. So we're probably just gonna end it there. I mean, thank you
We
for
yeah, we're gonna
watching,
put
for
this
the
on Twitter or
support, and
whatever.
we'll be up on Twitter shortly.
Yeah. I mean, hey, any tips or suggestions? Love to know. Yeah, for like I said, for the
Please
billions
share
of trillions of fans we got
comments.
right now watching, because I mean we're fucking popular as shit. It's just the way life is. So hey, anything would be great.
Right, and
Ooh,
just
I'm not
know
agreeing to a
everybody
podcast
who's watching
tomorrow.
tomorrow at 9 o'clock, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. No. I'm not saying I'm going to be on a podcast. I'm saying for anybody watching the fight tomorrow, the Mike Tyson fight,
That's another
Tyson's
clip.
winning
You got
all
a
the
lot of
way.
clips in this
So
episode.
just
We're
quote
gonna
me
see
on
if the
that
clips
one.
hold up.
That's fine, dude. Hold me to everything. Hold me to everything because I believe
Well, let's see if you
that
do it.
I'm saying the right things here.
All right, guys. This was the second episode of Double
Yeah.
Dose. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you
All right,
guys later.
guys. It's been a pleasure.